Good evening, Panther Nation, and welcome to this special edition live streaming event of Lady Panther Softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. I'm Joe Roberts. Alongside me, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. We're in Kyle, Texas at Lehman High School for game number 2 of the best of 3 4A Division I State Semifinals between the CC Calallen Lady Cats and the Liberty Lady Panthers. Game 1 on Wednesday, and the Lady Panthers of Liberty victorious 3-0. Let's take a look at the game.
Maroon with Cats across the 3-2. And a big rip, and that is a strikeout for Thibodeau. Thibodeau rocks back and brings it. High chopper over to third. And Vargas on to first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the second. Swing and a miss. This one gets away from Alvarez, running down to first and beating the throw from Alvarez. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll retire the side. She sets down the side via the strikeout. We are through 2, still no score. Panther lifts this ball out into right center field. It's going to get down in the gap. It is against the wall. Being waved home is Mia Minifield. Here comes the throw. It is cut off by Lopez, and it is 1-0 Liberty in the top of the 3rd inning. I was at the plate. The righty walked in her first appearance, and this one almost hits her. Gets away from Alvarez, sliding in head first. Safely ahead of the throw from Alvarez is Bishop for the second run from Liberty. Lifted out into left. The left fielder making her way over towards center makes the catch, and tagging is Brianna Pantalian, and it is 3-0 Liberty. Here comes that 3-1. This is inside. 2 runners on, 1 away. Third, the 1-0. This ball is hit past Taylor at third to Kylie Bishop. Sidearm swing over to Minifield at first to get the out, and there are 2 away. Runners now at second and third as they advance on the ground. 1. This ball slammed. Nice backhanded stab by Taylor at third, on to first, and that'll retire the side. They strand to the 3-2. She serves this one out into shallow left field, just getting over the infield. And a leadoff single for Brooklyn Taylor. Where's the bunt? Gets the bunt down. Nice bunt. Right there is Vargas, who quickly gets it over to first to retire Bourgeois for the first out of the inning. Going into third is the courtesy runner for Brooklyn Taylor. I believe Jesse Fain. 1-0. And this ball is hit sharply to the shortstop, Meter. Meter comes home with it and tagged by Alvarez on Fain for the second out of the inning. A 1-2 count to Alvarez, the catcher for Corpus Christi. She reaches out and she slugs this one out into left. It is past Fain and Zurax in left against the wall, and it'll be a leadoff double for Alvarez. Back to the top of the order. This ball is hit between first and second and into right field. It is a 1-out single. Charlie Butcher, center fielder, stands in. Runner goes. Throw down is cut off by Taylor as she got a good jump, but they're going to say she's out, that she left early. And that'll erase that base runner. The first base umpire raising his fist in the air. Worked around a real jam. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. It is a drop third strike. Bourgeois quickly down to first to finish the strikeout 2-3. This one is tattooed up the middle and into center field for a base hit. The 1-1. This ball is sent out into left field. It is going to get down in shallow left for a base hit, and Brooklyn Taylor with her second hit of the night, and it's runners at first and second with only 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, 3-0 Liberty, the 0-2. And she is going to send this one out into left center field, giving chases to left fielder. It's against the wall. Having to hold up was Abby Key. And the bases are loaded. It's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Thibodeau tiptoes on razor blades to get out of that one. She strands, the bases loaded. 5.5 are in the books. It's the 1-2. Strike 3, and that'll do it in the 6th inning. As Brooklyn Taylor picks up her 12th strikeout through 6. Liberty with a 3-0 lead. Ball ball is sent out into right field. The right fielder giving chase, makes the catch. Trevino at the line. And that is the third out of the inning. A 1-2-3. Seventh. There's 3 outs to go. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, and Liberty takes game 1.
With that punch out, Brooklyn Taylor, 800 career strikeouts. Welcome back, Panther Nation. That was the recap from Game 1 on Wednesday. Again, the Lady Panthers victorious in this Game 1, 3-0. They lead CC Calallen 1-0 in the best of 3. Today, Game 2. If Calallen is victorious today, Game 3 will be tomorrow at noon, same time. And if we have a Game 3, we'll be live at approximately 11:45 a.m. I'm Joe Roberts. Alongside me, Ross Norwood doing the play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing in the truck today. Got the plates. Got the coaches at the plate, Coach Lentz and Coach Slack at the plate with the umpires. Full-man crew, and Liberty will be the home team this evening. Calallen will be leading off, and one more big congratulations. Brooklyn Taylor, the senior, headed to McNeese on the last strikeout of the game, hits career number 800 strikeout. And what an accomplishment for that young lady. She's worked very hard, and I'm sure that's one of the big reasons that McNeese wanted to sign her as quickly as they possibly could. Ross Norwood imminently ready with the lineup for Calallen. The stadium announcer getting set to begin announcing the teams.
I'd like to welcome you to Game 2 of this 4A State Semifinal game between the Calallen Lady Cats.
Got a big crowd on hand here today in Kyle. Many more here than on Wednesday. Calallen had graduation last night. They had to take off after the game on Wednesday. And so all that's over with, and they are ready for a game today. Ross, you just about ready for the lineup for Calallen?
For the visitors, Calallen today, leading it off is Bailey. Well, this is embarrassing. Bailey is leading it off. She is at first base. Kylie Butcher is hitting second at center field. Hitting third and playing it short is Brooklyn Metter. Adriana Almaraz is hitting fourth and playing behind the plate. Hitting fifth is Kaden Trevino. She's in right field. Jordan Thibodeau, the designated player. Hitting seventh is Kiana Vargas. She is at third base. Hitting eighth is Kylie Lopez, playing at second. And hitting ninth is Chris Leal. And I say that was embarrassing, Joe, because I used the last name twice for Bailey. I'll get that corrected here in a moment. For Calallen, the top three, Bailey, Butcher, and Metter. The middle three, Almaraz, Trevino, and Thibodeau. And the bottom three, Vargas, Lopez, and Leal. For the home team, the Liberty Panthers, leading off is Kylie Bishop. She is followed by Brianna Pantalian in center field. Bishop is playing at short. Bailey Taylor hitting third, and she is in the circle for Liberty tonight. Hitting in the cleanup spot is Abby Key. She is at third base. Abby Vickers hitting fifth in right field. She is followed by Brooklyn Taylor. She is listed as the second baseman, but she will be the designated player and will not play at second base. Hitting sixth is Marina Bourgeois. She is going to do the catching again tonight. Hitting seventh is Kendra Stram. She is listed as the designated player, but she will be playing at second base for Liberty. She did not play in game one. And hitting ninth and playing at first base, Mia Minifield. And that rounds out your batting order for the home team, Liberty Lady Panthers. The top three is Bishop, Pantalian, and Taylor. The middle three, Key, Vickers, and Taylor. And the bottom three, Bourgeois, Stram, and Minifield. Introductions continue
And now for the Liberty
as the
Panthers.
Calallen Lady Cats have
Number 6,
been introduced, standing along the third baseline, and Liberty now having their team and their reserves introduced.
Number 12, Bella Elliott.
Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, Richard Ewing in the truck, and then we have our cast of characters, our veteran cast of characters along with us, manning the cameras and in the truck. Beautiful looking evening here in Kyle, but it is warm and muggy. Had some really bad weather move in late last night, and the type of weather that you don't know if it's thunder or if it's an explosion. But everybody made it through. As Joe said, Calallen had graduation last night. They left from the game on Wednesday and drove back to Corpus Christi. Talking with one of the coaches before the game today, he said they came in late last night and they were able to beat the weather.
Well, Ross, it's been warm and windy all day long. The wind is whipping hard, and it looks like it's going from east to west. And now it's time for the national anthem. We'll come back momentarily.
As we honor this great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
And the conclusion of that means that the game is imminently underway. Again, we are in Kyle, Texas at Lehman High School for game number 2 of the best of 3 state semifinal championship series between the CC Calallen Lady Cats and the Liberty Lady Panthers. Liberty leading the series 1-0, 3-0 victory on Wednesday. All the scoring came in the top of the third. Brooklyn Taylor records her 800th career strikeout. And in the circle tonight for the Lady Panthers, little sister Bailey Taylor, who had some wing-dinger of defensive stops over at third base. She'll be leading the charge for them tonight. Again, Calallen, the visiting team, they will be hitting first. 1-2-3 for Calallen, and they have a dangerous lineup, Ross.
They do. Brooklyn Taylor was able to hold them in check and work through some difficult jams. When you look back at that game, it was one of those that at any moment could have broken open by either side, and that's what you have when you have two evenly matched teams. And we are just about ready to get underway. The leadoff hitter, Braylon Bailey, stands in, left-handed batter. Calallen tonight in black uniforms. Calallen across the front in maroon and outlined in white. And the same with the numbers on the back. Black pants. The first pitch is a ball. Black pants with a white pinstripe on the sides and tall black socks. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind is blowing in here in Kyle. Here's the pitch, and this one fouled off sharply into the screen, and it evens the count at a ball and a strike. I see what I did, Joe. It's Braylon Bailey, and I got distracted, which is easy to happen, and I put Bailey. I knew that wasn't right.
They don't do that.
Standing in the left batter's box, the 1-1. This one is hit sharply past the glove of Kendra Stram and out into right field. Stram had the glove there, and it went on almost as if there was a little bit of a hop, a late hop. And Calallen has their first runner aboard, a single by Bailey. And this brings up Kylie Butcher. Butcher, the center fielder, she stands in on the right side, no batting gloves, waves the bat around, and the first pitch is low. Runner goes. She is safe with a head-first slide, and the throw by Bourgeois on the pitch low. She had no chance. It was a good throw, but no chance. And so a stolen base for Bailey and a runner in scoring position. A 1-0 count to Butcher. Taylor rocks back and delivers. This ball is bunted foul in the air. Bourgeois tries to make a play on it, but it doesn't hold up long enough, and the count is even at 1.
Well, she's had several opportunities throughout the course of this postseason to get that nice, easy out with the bump pops behind. That time she's just a little short. Good play on it, though.
Taylor is ready to bring the 1-1. And this one she gets a piece up, sends it foul into the screen. It's 2:05 down the lines here at Lehman High School. 2:15 to the power alleys in right and left, and 2:15 to straightaway center field. As I said, the wind blowing in, and it's blowing in at a good pace. The 1-2. High pop, playable. Shallow center field. Pantalian is on and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Staying at second base is Bailey.
I do want to make a note. Our normally sure-handed camera operator in center field is struggling a little bit. Tripod is what we're calling him. Our camera in the center field is on a tripod, and the wind is whipping really hard. We're trying to overcome that. Apologize for the shakiness of the camera in center.
Brooklyn Metter stands in. 2 for 3 in the game on Wednesday. Runner goes. Throw down by Bourgeois is in time. The throw beater. The tag getting ahead just of Bailey.
That was a wonderful play from the senior backstop. Came up and fired a laser down to third base and got her before she had a chance to do anything with it.
And so the runner is retired. There are 2 outs. An 0-1 count to Metter. As I said, 2 for 3 in Wednesday's game with a double. The 0-1. And that one misses off the plate. Metter, the senior, she is headed to the University of Texas, San Antonio, I believe. I have that correct. She shows bunt, but she'll pull it back here in a minute. Is Taylor having a hard time getting into the dugout? The 1-1. And this one misses low. And by getting into the dugout, I mean looking into the dugout, Joe, as she is having to shield her eyes from this bright sun. The 2-1 to the dangerous. This pitch moves way inside, almost getting Metter, and gets away from Bourgeois. And the count is 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Braylon Bailey led off with a single, stole second, and was thrown out trying to take third. The 3-1. And that one misses off the plate, and a 2-out walk to Metter. And she is aboard with 2 outs for Adriana Alvarez. Alvarez 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout in Wednesday's game. She put that double into the gap in left center field. She stands in, bright batting gloves, teal and pink and neon yellow. The first pitch is high. Oh, no, wait a minute. I was wrong, Joe. That is called a strike.
It was higher in the zone, but Alvarez is a good bit taller than the normal batter.
2 outs, the 0-1. Alvarez, a chopper to short, fielded by Bishop and on to first for the 3rd out of the inning. They get a hit. They leave one after a walk. Middle of the first, no score.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After a half inning of action, still tied up at zeros, the Lady Cats of Calallen with some action on the base path, but some slick fielding from the Lady Panther defense, and that'll do it as we move into the bottom of the first.
And taking the circle again is Jordan Thibodeau, the junior. And she is a phenomenal in the circle. She is phenomenal in the circle.
She's phenomenal. She's she's a phenom. I'll give you that one.
And she will be going to McNeese after next season.
Presumably so.
She stands in giving her warm-up tosses. She wears a compression sleeve that goes down from just above the elbow down to about halfway on the forearm. A blue glove with yellow accents.
Yeah, this hour later game time start from Wednesday means the sun is lower, which means it's going to impact the left side of the defense. Earlier in the game, on Wednesday, it kind of ate up both teams in the 3rd inning, and I would imagine they're going to deal with this through probably an inning or so before it gets low enough in the sky to not be a problem anymore.
Leading off for the Lady Panthers is Kylie Bishop. In the game Wednesday, she was 1 for 3, scored a run, walked and struck out.
Says it's 90 degrees, Ross.
And it feels much warmer than that. Bishop stands in about midway in the left-handed batter's box. Bat just above her shoulder in the first pitch. And that pitch is off the plate for a ball.
And Thibodeau had a nice little drop ball that she was able to sit in on the Lady Panthers and elicit several strikeouts.
Set the defense after this 1-0 to Bishop. It's on its way. And this one is sliced foul and out of play. Defensively from left to right for Calallen, it's Leal, Butcher, and Trevino. Around the infield from 3rd to 1st, it's Vargas, Metter, Lopez, and Bailey. And catching is Alvarez, and she is going to be catching Thibodeau, who is getting the start. Thibodeau standing back at the back of the circle, looking over into the dugout. Time called by Kylie Bishop. The 1-1. Bishop is going to serve this one just over the infield and into right field for a base hit. And so both teams getting their leadoff batter on with a hit to right.
Yeah, beautiful flare from Kylie Bishop, just about 20 feet into the synthetic grass. Good spot. Outfielder was playing back. No one had a chance on that one.
Yeah, with Kylie, you're going to more likely than not be playing your outfield back. She has long ball power. And speaking of long ball power, Brianna Pantalian, the senior center fielder, stands in. 1 for 4 in RBI and a run scored. She struck out once. And the first pitch is across for a strike. A nice looking pitch from Thibodeau. Joe, that drop ball for Thibodeau was pretty deadly.
It was pretty deadly.
In the game Wednesday.
It looked like it was going to be right there, and then it just disappeared. Legend has it that I'd still be swinging at it if I were at bat.
The 0-1. And this pitch gets inside. It hits Pantalian. And she has gone down on her knees, leaning over. And here comes Karen Slack and Joe Slack, along with Michael Pope from Houston Methodist Hospital, and she is still down, and you hate to see that, Joe.
100%. That's going to leave a mark, as they say. Never fun when that happens. They say softball, but that ball isn't soft by any stretch of the imagination.
No, it looks like it got her on the forearm, and she's saying she's fine.
She's going to walk that off. You know, she's a 4-sport star, and she's headed to Southeast Louisiana in the fall to play for the Lady Lions, and she'll grin and bear that one, and she'll probably be okay later on.
Yeah, that pitch just getting away a little bit too far inside from Thibodeau. It was running in, and Pantalian, really nothing she could do.
Now, that was probably one of the best velocity pitches that we've seen Thibodeau throw.
And it had a lot of movement that tailed back inside. As it came in, it looked like it was going to get a good chunk of the plate and some late movement. So Thibodeau adjusts her face mask and wipes her forehead, as the sweat from these players is definitely something. Hydration is going to be a big thing in this game, as it was Wednesday night. It was a scorcher today.
Yeah, these dark uniforms they're wearing, Lady Panther. Well, Lady Panthers are wearing gold on Wednesday, but they've got the dark uniforms too. I don't know how they do it in the heat of the late spring.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. Bishop at second, Pantalian at first. And Bailey Taylor at the plate. The first pitch to Taylor, a little check swing foul just over the head of Abby Key, who is on the on-deck circle. Liberty in the first base dugout. Bottom of the first inning, nobody out, no score. Liberty and Calallen, game 2 of the state semifinal. Taylor back in. Pulls the bat off her shoulder and looks at the 0-1. That pitch is high. Nice job by Alvarez there to bring it down. Runners at first and second. Kylie Bishop singled to right, and Brianna Pantalian was hit.
Well, as much as Thibodeau was attacking the bottom of the zone on Wednesday, she seems to be trying to hit the top of the zone today.
1-1. This is a chopper. Thibodeau slips. She gets a hand on it, and it kind of funky bounce over towards Metter. And everybody is going to be safe. And that is one of those issues you see sometimes with the synthetic turf, Joe.
Well, we had a pretty nice little thunderstorm last night. I don't know if it got down here. We're about 15 minutes north of here in a hotel, but man, the rain came down a good bit yesterday. Any kind of precipitation on synthetic turf, and it's just tough to handle.
Infield single. Bishop is now on third. Pantalian at second, and Taylor at first, and Abby Key looks at the first pitch. They're going to appeal down to first base. And no, they're not. As Alvarez looks back, was waiting on the appeal down to first. The right-handed batter. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those nights,
One
folks.
of those days. We don't know if she's bitter or not, but she's definitely a right-handed batter.
She is a right-handed batter with a barrel of the bat is white, pink gloves, white palms. The 1-0. This ball is launched foul down the line and left, and that one would have cleared the bases. But it hooked foul.
Yeah, it had a nice line coming off the barrel. Probably about 30 feet down the line before it started hooking, as you say, or slicing, rather.
No, that was a hook. She's right-handed batter.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hello.
Key with the pink ribbon that comes out just under her helmet in the back. She is going to step out. Liberty in their white uniforms with black pinstripes and a stripe on the shoulder. Black or white pants with white pinstripes, tall black socks. The 1-1. Nice pitch by Thibodeau, and she is ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, and the bases are loaded for Liberty. Kylie Bishop is at third, Brianna Pantalian at second, and Bailey Taylor is at first. The wind picking up, the flags blowing straight in, and the 1-2. That pitch is high. Quick throw down to third, and this one slips out of her hand. Alvarez had that one slip out of her hand, and it rainbowed over to third base. Vargas quickly getting on that one in front.
Well, you hate to see that. Don't want it to be one of those kind of days for either competitor.
Kylie Bishop had wandered off third. A 2-2 pitch is on the way. Oh, close pitch, and the home plate umpire says no. And the count runs full. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Liberty with a Lady Panther on every base. And Abby Key at the plate, the cleanup hitter for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, that was close enough that I wouldn't have been shocked if he said strike.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss as she dials up the velocity on the rise ball. And a big first out for Thibodeau. And that's what you see when you have a pitcher of Thibodeau's caliber can get into a bases loaded situation with nobody out. And
well, as you said on Wednesday, she was dancing on razor blades, got herself out of some jams then, and she is in a pickle right now.
Abby Vickers stands in, right-handed senior right fielder. With one out and the bases loaded, Vickers swinging at the first pitch. Comes up empty, and it's no balls and a strike. Golden opportunity for the Lady Panthers. Kylie Bishop is at third, Brianna Pantalian at second, and Bailey Taylor is at first. Thibodeau back on the rubber, looks in and brings the 0-1. Swing and a miss as she goes with a rise ball, and quickly ahead of Abby Vickers at no balls and 2 strikes. Brooklyn Taylor on deck. Thibodeau looks over to her dugout, gets her signs, met her, turns back to the outfield and relays some hand signs. The 0-2. This one is lined right back up the middle for a base hit. Coming in to score is Kylie Bishop. Brianna Pantalian is held at third as that ball comes in from Butcher quickly. And that was a laser right up the middle, just above waist high.
Yeah, Vickers did exactly what she needed to do. Put the ball where they were not. And credit to Butcher in center field coming up and attacking that quickly, because that could have led to at least 2 more runs had she not got there in time.
RBI single for Abby Vickers. She's at first. Pantalian is at third, and Bailey Taylor is at second. And the first pitch to Brooklyn Taylor moves inside. Taylor pitched in the game on Wednesday. That would be game 1. I guess that's how that works if it's game 2 right now. Thibodeau looks at her wristband on her left forearm. The 1-0. That pitch is across, and a nice pitch there on the outer third of the plate by Thibodeau.
It's a good setup from Alvarez. Got right there where her glove was, no doubt about where it was for the umpire.
Alvarez does a very nice job framing pitches. The 1-1. That pitch is low. Alvarez has to pick it up off the synthetic dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Thibodeau on this muggy and very warm evening goes to the rosin bag, which is sitting on the back line of the circle. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that is a big swing as it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Thibodeau dialing up that rise ball. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 in. Liberty with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Pantalian is at third. She was hit by a pitch. Bailey Taylor, an infield single. She's at second, and Abby Vickers, a liner up the middle. The 2-2. Oh, it just misses. That was a nice pitch by Thibodeau.
That looked very reminiscent of the pitch that Abby Key got. Wouldn't have been shocked to hear a strike.
Here comes the payoff pitch with 1 out. Swing and a miss, and again Thibodeau bearing down and getting the strikeout on a full count. And there are 2 away. The bases remain loaded.
Bourgeois coming up to hit for the Lady Panthers. And she has had some timely action in these playoffs.
So the bases remain loaded. Bottom of the first, 1 run across for Liberty. Here is the first pitch to Bourgeois. Bourgeois sends it high and out of play over the screen and over towards the baseball field, which is to our right. And Thibodeau up in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Bases were loaded with nobody out. Liberty's gotten 1 run across on a laser hit out to up the middle by Abby Vickers. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, a tapped foul as it rattles around behind the plate, hits off that, call it the wrestling mat. It is on the backstop. And no balls, 2 strikes. Marina Bourgeois is going to step out, look at her bat. Yellow batting gloves, has a towel, a yellow towel just over her right pocket. The 0-1. And she tries to go the other way with it, a little late on it, and that went off the baseball dugout as it rolls off that tin roof and now going to make its journey on the fresh white concrete of this new facility in Kyle, Texas. Big pitch here on 0-2. Bourgeois looks in and is ready for the pitch. And she again sends this foul into the screen. Caught on the carom by Alvarez. And they will do the 0-2 again. Runners at every base for Liberty. 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Liberty has pushed 1 across. Wind rippling the uniform top of Bourgeois. The 0-2. This ball is chopped over to third. Vargas quickly to first to retire Bourgeois. And Thibodeau strands the bases loaded. 1 run in, 3 left. We move to the second. 1-0 Liberty.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After an inning of action, Liberty leads Calallen 1-0. Liberty loads up the bases in the bottom of the first and only gets 1 run. Abby Vickers with the RBI single, and that's where we stand, heading to the top of the second inning.
What a job by Jordan Thibodeau there, bearing down, had that bases loaded with nobody out.
And he's able to check out the game today.
Hey,
Coach Higg.
Hey, ease up.
I'm just saying, truth.
The 1-2 from Thibodeau. Oh, just outside. What a job by Alvarez to frame that one. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Alvarez gets back down into crouch. Stram looks out to Thibodeau. Thibodeau standing on the back line of the circle. Gets back to the rubber and brings it. Strike 3 as Thibodeau brings this one across the plate inside and freezes Stram for the first out of the second inning.
Well, Ross, I thought we were back a while ago, had some solar flare issues. I think we're officially back now. You missed the Lady Panthers get out of a jam in the top of the second inning. And now the Lady Panthers here in the bottom of the second inning, 1 away.
Mia Minifield stands in. She's the left-handed batter. Bright neon green ribbon hanging out from under her helmet. And she looks at the first pitch from Thibodeau. And it is a ball. Minifield in Wednesday's game, 0 for 2, scored a run and 2 strikeouts. Looks out. Scrunches at the knees, the 1-0, and she rips it one outside. It is 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Liberty in game 2 of the best of 3 series. Liberty winning game 1. Minifield ready for the 1-1. There's a nice pitch as the umpire raises his fist, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Both umpires Wednesday and tonight have been very steady paced with making sure that they get that strike call correct. Nothing quick.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Thibodeau rocks back and brings it. Sails high, and it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning on a beautiful evening, if not, well, by the appearance from inside an air-conditioned press box, it's a beautiful evening. As the wind blows straight in. Planking on the aluminum, the 2-2. Minifield stays alive and fouls this one off into the screen on the left side. Big crowd, as you would expect, for the state semifinal. Alvarez walks out to speak with Thibodeau. Alvarez looking back in her dugout when she walks back in. All white gear for Alvarez. Hockey-style catcher's helmet. Chest protector is white, as well as the shin guards. Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3, and it freezes Mia Minifield as she hits the corner. And that is the 4th strikeout for Thibodeau.
Coach Anderson watching from Alabama tonight. I thank everyone that's tuning in from all over the country. People all across Texas watching, as well as multiple states.
Thibodeau brings the first pitch to Kylie Bishop and gets it across for a strike. And Joe, as we said on Wednesday night, half the crowd's going to like a strike call, half the crowd's not going to like a strike call. That looked like a pretty good pitch there to Bishop. The 0-1. That one slides outside. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. Liberty with a 1-0 lead. Thibodeau ready. The 1-1. Reaches out, stabs this one, backhanded by Vargas at third, and she fires a missile to first to retire Bishop. And that'll do it for Liberty, a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the third, 1-0, Lady Panthers.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 2 innings of work, Liberty leads Calallen 1-0. Defense is going to work in both halves of the second inning as we head to the top of the third. And for Calallen, it should be 9-1-2.
You would be correct, Joe.
All right.
Again, a change defensively for the Lady Panthers. It took place in the top of the second inning. Abby Vickers moves from right to center. And Brooklyn Taylor comes in to play right field after Brianna Pantalion hit on the forearm by a pitch in the first. And the first pitch is a ball to Chris Leal. Leal 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And she is, I think, contending with some mosquitoes as she was swiping in front of her face neon pink batting gloves, and the 1-0. She squared the bunt and pulls it back. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Taylor walks back, hits the rosin bag. Cloud of rosin as she slams it down on the back line of the circle. The 2-0. Almost looked like she was playing pepper there. She had choked up on the bat and slapped at it, but was late on it. Infield for Liberty. Abby Key playing way in at third. Mia Minifield is even with the bag. Kylie Bishop in just a little at short. The 2-1, and that misses. And it's 3 balls and a strike on a Friday night in Kyle, Texas for the game 2 of the state semifinal between Liberty and Calallen. Liberty with a 1-0 lead. The 3-1. And this ball is chopped right over Kylie Bishop and into left field for a base hit. And for the second time tonight, Calallen has their leadoff hitter aboard.
Well, I know her aluminum bat didn't break, but that's reminiscent of those broken bat singles, just right over the shortstop. Whatever it works, and go with it, and Calallen's aboard.
Leadoff, a leadoff runner, Leal, single to left. And back to the top of the order for Braylon Bailey. Bailey, a big braid that comes down past the numbers, and the first pitch is low and away. Where's number 19? And the braid hangs right between the 1 and the 9. Neon pink batting gloves with Carolina blue palms. Runner at first is Leal, the 1-0. Leal takes off for second. This one is bunted foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike with nobody out in the top of the third inning. Liberty with a 1-0 lead. They picked up that run in the first, loaded the bases with nobody out and got 1 across. Taylor brings it. Runner goes again. This one is sent into, well, it's going to stay in the infield as Kylie Bishop backs up on it a little ways, shields her face from the sun and makes the catch.
Don't worry, Ross, that got me too. I thought that was headed for the deep outfield, and it just ended up stopping. But that wind is blowing really hard from east to west, and it held it up quite well for Bishop.
The first pitch is fouled off by Butcher. Butcher flew out to Pantalian in the first.
I would say it's going to be pretty difficult for any straightaway left and center hitters tonight with as stiff as that wind is.
Regular depth for the Liberty outfield. Infield playing at regular depth. Here's the 0-1, bunted in the air, and it is off the glove of Bailey Taylor. Taylor had dove face head first and had it in her glove just a little, but couldn't quite get it in, and a infield hit. And with 1 out, runners at first and second. Not much Taylor could have done. She made a great effort at that one. But when it hit off her glove, it headed for the backstop. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Metter squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and she is looking at the first pitch for a ball away. Metter walked and was stranded in the first inning. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Liberty lead. Metter looks at the first pitch. Bourgeois has to go down. Ball gets out in front of her. Runners advance as the throw from Bourgeois right on the bag at third, but into third ahead of that is Leal. And 2 runners in scoring position for Calallen and only 1 out. A 2-0 lead, and Karen Slack is going to cross the first baseline and bring the infield in to have a chat with her pitcher, Bailey Taylor.
Yeah, coming back with that previous couple of pitches on that little bunt pop. We've seen Bailey Taylor make that play before, and when it happens, it's magic. But when you miss it, it can be disastrous. and that just came off the edge of her glove. And as Bourgeois was charging in to kind of be the help out person, it just took a bad hop backwards and allowed them to get aboard. And now they're in a prime position with less than 2 outs to do something.
They're going to intentionally walk Metter, who was ahead in the count 2-0. The bases are loaded for Alvarez. Bases loaded, 1 away. Be the second walk issued by Bailey Taylor. And the dangerous Adriana Alvarez stands in. With a player at every base, the infield playing in here. Alvarez with a double to left last night, or night before last. The first pitch. That is the cross for a strike and getting ahead of Alvarez. Taking your time to get the signs right. Here comes the 0-1. And this ball is lined right into the glove of Abby Key. Abby Key turns, looks back to second base. They've got the out.
Yeah, they didn't need that throw to home. That was the double play. They had an out. Man, what a heck of a defensive play right there. And the Lady Panthers dodge a huge bullet.
You talk about tiptoeing on razor blades. That was it. We are through 2.5. It's 1-0 Liberty as the Liberty side goes wild.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. After 2.5, Liberty 1, Calallen 0, and it looked as though Calallen was about to break open the scoring bonanza in the top of the third, and then Kylie Bishop started the magic. Ross?
Well, this is what happens when you have two very good pitchers. We saw it in the first inning, in the bottom of the first inning with Liberty. And Jordan Thibodeau, with the bases loaded and nobody out, was able to escape with only 1 run. And in this top of the third inning, Bailey Taylor, bases loaded and 1 out, and the dangerous Alvarez, and she couldn't have hit that ball any harder. And it was right to Abby Key, who whipped around and fired to second base. And that ended the inning.
Okay. All right, you said Abby Key. I thought that was hit right to Kylie Bishop at shortstop. I thought that's who initiated that, so I apologize to Abby. But man, what a heck of a play right there. And we've said it many times. Got the bang bang situation right there, and it couldn't have been any more bang bang than that right there. Base runners were on their way. Alvarez has been dangerous, probably been hitting bombs since she could walk, and no exception right there with the laser she hit.
Yeah, as I said, Wednesday night she hit a double into the gap in left center field. So for the Lady Panthers, leading it off is going to be Kaylin Hewitt. She is hitting in the second spot as Pantalion is out of the game, and Hewitt looks at the first pitch, and it's a ball. Hewitt in the game on Wednesday reached on a fielder's choice and struck out twice, once looking. The 1-0 pitch. And it's a strike catching the outside corner. A nice pitch there by Thibodeau, and we've seen her, both pitchers, be able to do that, get on the corners.
So that's the first time that I probably didn't agree with the slide-off call there. I don't begrudge a person their zone, so that's okay for me. But
1-0. And she comes almost right back to the same place. That one a little more outside. And we're going to have...
What I do appreciate, though, is that he's got the same zone for both people, so that's pretty awesome.
And the scoreboard says 2-0, Joe. I'm pretty sure I saw him raise that fist.
He did raise it. It should be 2-1. Because not this last pitch, but the pitch before, he called it a strike.
Alvarez has to go out to the circle, and Thibodeau helps her battery mate adjust the equipment that is strapped to the chest protector on the back that allows the signs to come in from the dugout. Everything's ready. Here comes the 2-1. Starts her swing, and she went around, says the home plate umpire. No appeal necessary. Hewitt. Orange bow just coming out of her helmet. 2-2 from Thibodeau on the way. Strike 3 as it freezes Hewitt in the first out of the bottom of the third inning.
Coach Taylor let me know that we've got some folks watching from Stephenville, Texas. Miss Elaine, Grandma, watching from Abbott, Texas. And Coach Peters watching all the way from Ohio.
Hey, Coach Peters.
Pretty awesome.
And Bailey Taylor swings at the first pitch. High pop-up in foul territory along the first baseline, and it is caught for the second out of the inning by a 3-0 win on Wednesday night. Thibodeau back on the rubber. The 0-1. That pitch is high as she comes in with the rise ball. Key able to lay off of it. Getting ready to start the top of the fourth inning, a 1-0 Liberty lead in Game 2 of the best-of-3 series. Ross Norwood, Joe Roberts, Richard. The left side of the field, just the face mask on her white helmet. The 1-0. And she hits this one really well. It's high off the top of the wall in center. Gets away, Karams back towards left, and Maddie Zurak's there to bring it in, and it's a stand-up double with one out. The 2-2. This ball is put out into the outfield and shallow left center field. Coming in to field is Abby Vickers. Is that one put in a good spot in no man's land? And there's runners at the corners with only one out. Kaylee Lopez is the batter. Runners at first and third. One out. Marina Bourgeois goes out to speak to her pitcher. Infield congregates behind the circle as Bourgeois and Bailey Taylor break up. Now Taylor going back behind the circle to talk to her infield. Runners on the corners. Could be going over what happens if the runner takes off for second base. Whether Bourgeois will throw through or not. With a runner at third, only one away. Runner takes off for second without a throw. And now two runners in scoring position. Only one out for Calallen. They trail Liberty for the moment 1-0. to be fielders in difference. And the 1-0. This ball is bunted, a nice bunt, but has to stay at third. Throw to first. They've got people hung up. They're out at first as the courtesy runner at third had started home after the ball was thrown to first, but everybody was able to get back. And there are 2 away with runners still at second and third for Calallen. Taylor looks into Bourgeois, looks at her wristband, and brings the first pitch. It is a strike to Leal. Lopez retired 2-3. Leal singled, got as far as third base in the third inning. The batting glove, slightly open batting stance, the 0-1. Chops this one foul as she slaps it down the third baseline. And it's no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning of Game 2. State semifinal, Liberty and Calallen. Liberty with a 1-game-to-none lead and a 1-0 lead. Here's the 0-2. Chopper to short. Bishop comes in on it, fires low to Minifield, who picks it out of the dirt, and that will do it. Calallen strands 2. Middle of the 4th inning, it's 1-0 Liberty.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You were watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Moving into the bottom of the 4th inning, want to apologize profusely. We have been having the Gremlins attack the trailer for the last probably 30 minutes. And a big thanks to our AV team inside the trailer working feverishly to repair the feed. So apologize to everyone that's at home and all points across the United States that are looking like we're selling frozen treats. But at any rate, we move to the bottom of the 4th, and the Liberty defensively has been dancing, as they say, with the devil the last couple of innings. Calallen showcasing why they have been so dangerous over the last several years, but the defense of the Lady Panthers able to step up and meet the charge and prevent any damage from being done. Liberty 1, Calallen 0, moving into the bottom of the 4th, Ross.
And Joe, Calallen has done the same. They were in a jam with the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the 1st inning, and Thibodeau able to pull a Houdini act and escape without giving up only 1 run. And that accounts for the run for Liberty. Leading off is Abby Vickers. And she fouls this one into the screen high. But it's no balls and a strike. Vickers started the game in right field and shifted to center after Pantalian had to leave the game. Pantalian getting hit in the bottom of the 1st inning. Stayed in to run the bases, but did not come back out into the field. The 0-1. And Thibodeau misses inside. Is it back? Vickers away. That was a close pitch by Thibodeau. Joe concurs with a cough.
I do.
1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Liberty. In Game 2, the 1-1. Vickers gets underneath this one and sends it out into mid-depth in left field. Making the catch is Leal for the first out of the inning. And again, this wind, that ball was hit well, but it hung up in the wind.
A lot of action out there for the outfielders today. Hardly any on Wednesday. Maddie Zirax has made several fine catches in left field for the Lady Panthers, as well as Leal for Calallen.
Brooklyn Taylor swings at the first pitch from Jordan Thibodeau. These two squaring off in the circle on Wednesday night. Taylor, the right-handed batter. The 0-1. Another big rip by Taylor, and quickly Thibodeau ahead of Taylor, 0-2. There's one away in the bottom of the fourth inning, a 1-0 Liberty lead. State semifinal series, and no, you're not going crazy, and I'm not mistaken, which is shocking. This is the state semifinal, and I said series. The 0-2. Taylor fouls this one off a little late on it and fouls it out of play over the Liberty bullpen and into the bullpen of the baseball park, which is just to the right. Separated the two fields by a walkway. Wind still blowing in from left. Here comes the 0-2. Sweet! Oh, yikes. Freezes Brooklyn Taylor and freezes me.
I'm just going to let you have that one. Let that play rest.
6th strikeout for Jordan Thibodeau, carving up. And she has frozen several batters, and the swing that was a little tardy by Bourgeois, and she's down at the count 0-1.
Ross, you're really Captain Kirk in me right now.
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask, which you know is not very easy for me. At the corners, they're playing in the 0-1. Oh, just missing. Nice take by Bourgeois, and it evens the count at 1. Of the 6 strikeouts, 4 are looking for Thibodeau. That was what I was looking at, got confused. The 1-1. Bourgeois sends this out into right field. The right fielder starts in on it and is going to make the catch on the run. And that'll do it. Another 1-2-3 inning. Heading to the 5th, a 1-0 Liberty lead.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You were watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 4 innings of action, Liberty 1, Calallen 0 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Calallen with a 1-2-3 defensive half in the bottom of the 4th, and that's where we stand as the Lady Panthers take the field again defensively. Bailey Taylor in the circle for the Liberty Lady Panthers.
Calallen will start at the top of their lineup, 1, 2, and 3. It'll be Bailey, Butcher, and Metter. Bailey a single, stolen base, and a caught stealing in first. And she popped out to Bishop at shortstop in the 3rd. Taylor works Butcher. Appeal down to first as she started her swing, but was able to hold up, says the third base umpire.
Yeah, I think that was a good call.
I do too. The 1-0. Nice job there by Butcher, or excuse me, by Bailey. The 1-0. And that pitch misses. Oh, it's a strike. That was a very delayed strike. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. The pitch. Ooh, almost gets Bailey inside. Got a good view of those neon pink batting gloves. The neon yellow softball. The 2-1. Reaches down and sends this one out into left. Zurak's into foul territory. Can't get over to it. And runs into the chain link fence along the left field line in foul territory. Not hard, but that kind of stopped her momentum. And we'll do the 2-2 again. The sun sagging below the horizon. Still some daylight left. The 2-2. Swinging, catching a piece of it to do the 2-2 again. 1-0 Liberty in the top of the 5th inning. Game 2 of the state semifinal. I'll have Joe Roberts explain why we're playing a series for the state semifinal in a moment. It's a little above my pay grade. The 2-2. Oh, nice. Taps it foul, stays alive.
I can't believe you believe it's in my pay grade. They went to a split division this season, Division I, Division II, and all the sports. And consequently, only the championship game will be held at McCombs Field and on the campus of University of Texas.
2-2. Gets inside, comes across the plate and inside, backing off Bailey. And a full count to the leadoff hitter, Bailey. Stands way back in the box on the left side. Taylor winds the arm and brings the 3-2. And that pitch misses outside and low. And a leadoff walk. And Kylie Butcher will be the batter with a runner on first. And nobody out. The fourth walk issued by Bailey Taylor. The third that was not intentional. Runner at first. The first pitch. That misses for a ball. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Butcher. Butcher has flown to center. That was in the first. And she singled. Got as far as second base in the third. She's ahead in the count 1-0. Here it comes. And she lines this one past Kylie Bishop out into left field. Getting it is Zurax. The throw comes in, bounces off Abby Key, so a double. And so with nobody out, Calallen with runners at second and third. Karen Slack comes out to talk. And it looks as if we're going to have a change in the circle. Runners at second and third. And we will see. And here comes Kylie Bishop. She will come in relief of Bailey Taylor. Will set the defensive changes that are necessary as Kylie Bishop gets her warm-up tosses in, Joe.
Sorry, I was trying to adjust a couple of things there. Yeah, Kylie Bishop comes in, and she's gotten a lot of action throughout the course of this season. And she has had some success this season. Liberty with the unusual circumstances of having 3 pretty darn good pitchers. A lot of schools can't really boast that, and Liberty has that. She'll come in there, and I would imagine they might crack open the in case of emergency if it gets down to the last inning or so and they need to bring Brooklyn back in. But I'm sure Coach Slack's going to try to avoid that if she can.
Top of the 5th inning, runners at second and third for Calallen. And nobody out. Liberty with a 1-0 lead. They lead the series 1-0. Bailey started off the inning with a walk. She went to third on a double from Butcher, her second hit of the evening. And now, Brooklyn Metter is going to get an intentional pass. It is the second intentional walk issued to Metter tonight. It'll be the first issued by Kylie Bishop, and she will work to Adrina Alvarez with the bases loaded and nobody out. Alvarez tattooed a ball right to Abby Key at third. Bailey Taylor and Kylie Bishop switch spots. Here's the pitch. Alvarez shows bunt. She gets the bunt down. Bishop out of the circle, and they are not going to have a play. Alvarez is going to reach safely. And it is a tie ball game on the bunt. Coming in to score is Bailey. Butcher had come around third a little far, but was able to dive back in. And still nobody out with the bases loaded, and Caden Trevino, the batter. Infield plays in. Bishop standing in the back of the circle, and we're going to get a timeout called. As Trevino walks down to talk to the head coach, Teresa Lentz. Now jogs back. Gets ready with a teammate on every base and nobody out. A 1-1 game. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt. And that is across for a strike. Joe, this is a very dangerous situation.
Calallen's been knocking on the door all evening. Finally able to open the door a crack and get one across. And they still very dangerous.
The 0-1. Chopper, second base. There fields it, comes to first, and Calallen takes the first lead of the series. They lead Liberty now 2-1 with one out, runners at second and third in the top of the fifth inning. You trade the out for the run there, Joe.
Well, that's exactly what they've done. Calallen's still dangerous. Two runners in scoring position with less than two outs.
And Jordan Thibodeau will come to the plate. Here is the first pitch to Thibodeau from Kylie Bishop. It is a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Tapped foul. And it's no balls and two strikes to Thibodeau. Thibodeau's been phenomenal in the circle tonight. Two runs in, one out. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. This one is lined on the ground. Midfield steps on first, throws home. They got her as Marina Bourgeois slaps the tag in another inning-ending double play. Calallen takes the lead, 2-1, but dances away from trouble. Liberty does. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth in a moment.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 4.5, Calallen pulls ahead in the top of the fifth inning. 2 runs, had bases loaded, and were able to capitalize. But man, what a bit of defensive work by the Lady Panthers. Mia Minifield with the out at first, and then fires down to Bourgeois, who applies the sweep tag on the runner coming in and prevents another run. And man, this game has been everything that we thought it was going to be. This series has lived up to the billing, a battle of two giants. Neither one wants to go home. Both want to be playing next Friday night in Austin, Texas at the University of Texas.
I believe that game's at 1 o'clock on Friday.
All right, Friday, maybe not Friday night then. I was just assuming Friday night for some reason.
Kendra Stram will lead it off. She struck out looking in the second, and I apologize. That was just some craziness to end that inning. Stram stands on the right side. And the first pitch is across for a strike. Nice pitch by Thibodeau. For Liberty, it is 8-9-1 due up. Kylie Bishop coming in relief of Bailey Taylor in that inning. 2 runs were put across by Calallen, who picked up their first lead of the series. Here's the 0-1. And a big rip by Stram, and she's down on the count 0-2. Vargas at third, playing in front of the bag, playing even with the bag. At first is Bailey. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Thibodeau, and that is Thibodeau's 7th strikeout. And the first out, and Mia Minifield, who had a 3 unassisted to retire Thibodeau, and then came home with it for the second out of that double play. And a nice job by Bourgeois to slap the tag on. Here's the first pitch to Minifield. It is across for a strike on the outside corner. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Wind still blowing in as dusk has set upon us. In Kyle, Texas. Lehman High School, home of the Lobos. Here's the 0-1. This is a tapper back to Thibodeau. Thibodeau fields it underhand, toss to first for the second out of the inning. Thibodeau has been in a rocking chair. Her last 3 innings have been 1-2-3 innings. And Kylie Bishop comes to the plate with 2 away. Vargas plays way in at third, and playing just in front of the bag at first is Bailey. Swinging at the first pitch and sending it foul, out of play. On the left side is Kylie Bishop. Bishop, a single, scored the Liberty run, and she has bounced out to Vargas at third. Down to the count 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Ball slides outside. Alvarez tried to frame it. Stands up, looks back to her dugout, raises her hockey mask to make sure she gets a good look at what the dugout wants. There's 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning, a 2-1 Calallen lead. Calallen taking the lead in the top half of the inning. The 1-1. Bishop, a hearty rip, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Liberty with a 1-game-to-none lead. They trail Calallen in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 away in game 2 of the best-of-3 series. Bishop, the 1-2. Outside as Alvarez slid outside and tried to bring it back in. And it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thibodeau catching her breath, going to the rosin bag on a humid evening. Cheerleaders are on hand tonight. Here's the 2-2. Outside and laying off is Kylie Bishop, and it is a full count with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning in Kyle, Texas. Jordan Thibodeau in a rocking chair after that first inning where she gave up 1 run, escaped a jam. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning. The payoff pitch. And that is inside and a 2-out walk. Thibodeau wanted that call. Had some funky movement at the end as it darted inside, says the home plate umpire. And so with 2 away, Kaylin Hewitt will get her 2nd trip to the plate. That breaks up a streak of 11 consecutive batters retired. Infield plays in for Hewitt. She struck out. Kylie Bishop takes off for second. Almaraz with a throw, bounces in just late. And is safely head first into second base is Kylie Bishop. That was ball one. Everybody on the infield looks over to the third base dugout. Vargas now moved way further in, about even with the circle at third, and coming in to crash is the first baseman Bailey, and that is a strike from Thibodeau to even accounted 1-1 strike. 2 outs, 1 on. Liberty trails Calallen 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Liberty jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the first and lost it in the top half of the inning. This ball is outside. The wheel play on. There are 2 outs. Hewitt batting in place of Brianna Pantalian, who had to exit the game after being hit by a pitch on her left forearm in the bottom of the first inning. Here comes the 2-1. Squares the bunt. Pulls the bunt back, and it's 3 balls and a strike. The corners crash in. Vargas and Bailey at third base and first base respectively. Metter goes to cover third. Kylie Bishop is at second. There's 2 away, a 3-1 count in the bottom of the 5th. Liberty trails 2-1. Here's the pitch. And that is high. And back-to-back walks by Thibodeau. And Liberty has runners at first and second. With 2 away, and Bailey Taylor will come to the plate. A dangerous situation. Second walk of the night by Thibodeau. Runners at first and second. Bailey Taylor, the first pitch. In for a strike on the inner third of the plate. Taylor has singled, gone as far as second base, that in the first. And she has fouled out to Bailey at first base in her 2 trips. Bottom of the 5th. Liberty trails Calallen 2-1 in game 2 of the series. Here's the 0-1. That pitch is high. Nice job by Almaraz to snag that one. Keeps the runners at first and second. And Almaraz is going to call time. And they look back at the dugout to see what to do with the dangerous Bailey Taylor. Taylor started the game, exited for Kylie Bishop, at least exited the circle for Kylie Bishop in the top half of the inning. It's 2-1 Calallen. Liberty getting their run in the first, Calallen getting theirs in the top half of the 5th. Does that make sense, Joe? The 1-1. That pitch misses. And it's now 2 balls and a strike.
Sorry, Ross, I don't mean to be leaving you in the dark. I was making sure that I wasn't needed. The Gremlins have been out and about, as our friends from the North Country might say.
Somebody gave them water. Here's the 2-1. Taylor fouls this one off out of play along the left or right side. Bounces harmlessly on the concrete. Maybe missing a couple of little pieces of leather on that softball. And Thibodeau has a 2-2 count with 2 outs and 2 on. She has a 2-1 lead, and the dangerous Taylor at the plate. She brings the 2-2. This ball is lined right back up the middle. It's a base hit. Being waved home is Kylie Bishop. She is going to score. Into third is Kaylin Hewitt. Sliding headfirst into second, and out is Bailey Taylor. But an RBI single to tie it up. Heading to the 6th inning, it is 2-2.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 5 innings of action, it's all tied up, 2 runs, and what an explosive 5th inning that was. Calallen scoring twice in the top, and then Bailey Taylor with the RBI to tie it back up, scoring Kylie Bishop in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then here we are in the top of the 6th. Both of these teams desperate. One desperate for the win to keep the series alive, and the other desperate for the win to move on to Austin.
We talked about Gremlins a little while ago, and we apologize for some technical difficulties we've been having tonight. But I just noticed that Kat McAdams, wearing her big Panther hat, came to check on the GoPro camera that she mounts behind the plate before every game. And one can assume that there were some issues with connectivity. So after that 3-run 5th, 2 for Calallen and 1 for Liberty, we're in a 2-2 tie. And leading it off is going to be Vargas. And Vargas looks at strike 1. Boos from one side, cheers from the other. Is there a country song, something like that?
There should be if there's not.
Dwight Yoakam, 0-1. This one in the dirt and skips off Bourgeois' shin guard.
We had a feeling that there was going to be some scoring tonight, Ross. Both teams had opportunities with bases loaded, and both sets of pitchers, Thibodeau on the one side and then the combo of Bailey and Kylie getting it done.
1-1. This ball is going to be hit past the second baseman Stram as it rolls out into right center field, and a leadoff base runner. Calallen has gotten quite a few of their leadoff hitters aboard. And Kaylee Lopez after the Vargas single. That is Vargas' 3rd hit of the night. She has a double and now 2 singles. Bishop standing behind the rubber, still inside the circle. Looks over to her dugout, looks to first. Lopez stands in on the right side. Nobody out. Top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt. Bunts at it. Well, they're going to say ball. Say she got it back. They're going to appeal down to first, and the first base umpire says nope. Throws the fist in the air, and it is 0-1. Home plate umpire was asked by Bourgeois to appeal down to first. Did, and the the first base umpire shook his head yes, or nodded his head yes, and raised his fist. No balls and a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Again, squares to bunt. And that one is a ball. They're going to appeal down to first, and he's going to say, yes, she went. It looked like she was stabbing at the ball. The pitch itself is a ball. Now down in the count 0-2. Runner at first. Nobody out. Kylie Bishop in the circle for Liberty. The 0-2. That one slides outside. Nice job there by Lopez to lay off Vargas, who singled through the infield into right center field, is at first base. He led off the top of the 6th inning in a 2-2 game. Bishop brings it fouled into the screen, and they will do the 1-2 again. You can hear the tension, Joe. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And a big first out for Kylie Bishop, as Lopez is set down on strikes. That'll be the first strikeout for Bishop on the night, as she came in relief of Brooklyn Taylor in the 5th. A 2-2 game. Game 2, almost at game 1. Game 2. Liberty and Calallen, state semifinal. Liberty with a 1-0 lead. Liberty got the lead first, 1-0 after picking up a run in the first inning. Calallen took the lead in the top of the 5th, and Liberty tied it in the bottom. Here's the pitch. This one sails high. Up and out of Bourgeois' glove. Going into second base is Vargas on the pass ball. And Chris Leal is ahead in the count 1-0. And we are going to have a question as Coach Lentz for Corpus Christi goes out to talk to the home plate umpire. They're going to do some paperwork. We're going to get a courtesy runner for Vargas, it appears.
Well, it won't be a courtesy
pinch runner, excuse me.
Vargas, the third baseman. She has been a menace tonight for Calallen.
And looking for the number. And that will be Ava Garcia, the pinch runner. One away, runner at second. Vargas led off the inning with a single and went to second on a pass ball. Now comes out for a pinch runner. In a 2-2 game, Chris Leal. In a 1-0 count. Kylie Bishop. Abby Key playing in at third. In the field even with the bag at first. The 1-0. Squares the bunt. This one bunted foul. Crashing in, Abby Key. And she was almost to home plate.
Good crowd on hand here tonight. Miss Felicia Davis bringing the cheerleaders out. A whole bunch of the baseball boys down there in the front row, all painted up.
Yeah. 1-1. Starts to swing. They're going to call a strike. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 away. Top of the 6th inning, a 2-2 game. Liberty and Calallen. Liberty with a 1-game-to-none lead after winning game 1 3-0 on Wednesday night. Off day yesterday. And that's where we are right now. And we're really in Kyle. The 1-2. Stabs at it, swings. Throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Out. Taking third is Garcia. She slides in head first. And with 2 outs, Calallen, a runner at third base. That'll be a strikeout and a 2-3 putout to complete the strikeout. And it's back to the top of the order. Second strikeout for Kylie Bishop. 2-2 game, but Calallen, a runner at third base. The wind has stayed consistently strong, blowing in from left. Bailey looks at the first pitch from Kylie Bishop. It is a ball. Bailey tonight, a single. And she walked in the 5th and came around to score the first run for Calallen. Stands in the back of the box on the left side. Runner at third is a pinch runner, Garcia. The 1-0. That ball is a strike, says the home plate umpire on the outer third of the plate.
Well, you really have to slow play your call with this guy. And I thought the guy on Wednesday who, well, I don't see him. I wonder if it's...
I see a few different faces.
Yeah, it looks like they've got some different guys on the crew tonight.
Here's the 2-0. That pitch high.
But you really have to...
Actually, that may be him at third.
It could be, but I thought he was shorter. Maybe not.
Well, he was...
I know he was crouched down. Don't give me that.
He was crouching down
business.
all night. That's
But
typically how it works.
Even when he was standing tall, I thought he was a shorter fellow, but maybe not.
3 balls, no strikes. Here is the pitch from Bishop. This ball is sent on a line out into center field. Abby Vickers, it's Beyer against the wall. Runner comes in to score Garcia, and pulling into second base standing is Bailey, as that ball was a laser on a line. And Calallen retakes the lead. RBI double for Bailey.
Really nice shot to center field. Vickers didn't have much of a chance on that one. That got out there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So Kylie Butcher has flown to center, and in the first. She singled, got as far as second, and she doubled. This ball is served right over Bailey Taylor in shortstop. And coming in to score the second run of the inning is Bailey, and now a 2-run lead again, or for the first time, a 2-run lead by Calallen. Still 2 outs, and Karen Slack going to come out and talk to her pitcher.
Yeah, they're just really struggling to find a way to get out of this inning. 2 outs, and with 2 outs allowed both these runs. Calallen showcasing the reason why they are so tough. A dangerous lineup last week. They dropped the game to Fredericksburg and then came back and scored, I believe, 15 runs in game 2.
They put up 7 in the first inning of that game against Fredericksburg.
Lady Panthers have been playing without Brianna Pantalian for a good piece of this game. She was hit by a pitch early on, and she is out right now. So if you're looking across the diamond, that's why you see some different folks in their unusual places. Vickers, not normally the center fielder.
2 outs, 1 on at second, 2 runs in. Calallen with a 4-2 lead, and Brooklyn Metter looks at ball 1. Liberty with a run in the first and a run in the 5th. Calallen with 2 runs in the 5th and 2 already in this 6th inning. And Metter calls time, steps out of the box as Kylie Bishop looks into the dugout. Last 2 trips to the plate for Metter have resulted in intentional walks. Here comes the 1-0. Metter starts her swing, that pitch upstairs. Hopefully the umpire says she went. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-2, Calallen, top of the 6th inning. One. Swing and a miss as she pulled the string on that one and was late getting through the zone. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in, 1 on for Calallen, and they lead 4-2. Here's the pitch. This ball is hit sharply, backhanded by Bailey Taylor at short, on to first. That'll do it. But Calallen gets 2 runs. They strand 1. Middle of the 6th inning, it's 4-2, Calallen.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. After 5 1/2, Calallen retakes the lead in the top of the 6th, scoring twice. Heading into the bottom of the 6th, Liberty trails 2 runs to 4. And there we are.
The chicken dance playing over the loudspeakers here. Kyle, Lehman High School. It has been a back and forth for these 2 teams in game 2. Liberty won game 1 3-0 on Wednesday night. Abby Key will lead it off for Liberty. She has struck out and she hit a fly ball out to left in her 2 at-bats. Jordan Thibodeau back out for her 6th inning of work. She has a 4-2 lead. And a win or go home game for Calallen. And the first pitch to Abby Key fouled off into the screen. Until A 2-out walk to Kylie Bishop in the 5th. She had retired 11 straight Lady Panthers. The 0-1. Big rip at a pitch upstairs, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Thibodeau looks over into her dugout. Lights on, sun down. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and 3-pitch strikeout sends Abby Key back to the dugout. That is the 8th strikeout for Thibodeau, and that'll bring up Abby Vickers.
Abby Vickers with the run in the 1st inning.
She had an RBI single up the middle. Nobody on, 1 out. Liberty trails 4-2 to Calallen. And Vickers is swinging at the first pitch, comes up empty. As I said a minute ago, you can hear the tension, especially on the right side of the stands. As Liberty trails 4-2. Feet stomping on the aluminum stands now. The 0-1. Vickers. Soft pop, caught by the shortstop Metter just behind second base for the 2nd out of the inning. And this brings up Brooklyn Taylor. Taylor has struck out once swinging and once looking in her 2 trips to the plate. Comes up with nobody on and 2 away. First pitch to Thibodeau, from Thibodeau, is ripped at by Taylor and comes off the bat, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Thibodeau plays catch with her glove. She moves the ball from her right hand to her glove. And she brings the 0-1. This one moves inside and gets another swing from Taylor, and quickly Taylor down, no balls and 2 strikes. Liberty trails Calallen 4-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody on. The 0-2. Taylor gets a piece of it, fouls it high out of play over the Liberty dugout on the first base side. Liberty loaded the bases in the 1st. They got a run, but stranded 3. These 2 pitchers went back and forth doing similar things and getting out of it. The 0-2. This ball is hit into left field for a base hit. Had to hesitate there, and a 2-out hit by Brooklyn Taylor.
Well, she's done that a couple of times, Ross. It's a nice hitting night for her.
Marina Bourgeois will come to the plate, the righty. The senior backstop for Liberty. She has bounced out to 3rd and flown to left in her 2 trips.
Well, she had a beautiful bunt down to, I believe she scored that run. Is that not correct?
That is not
Or no,
correct.
she moved someone over on a bunt. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Wednesday. Hello.
Yeah. First pitch to Bourgeois is a strike. I was looking at my book going, no, I've got...
I'm remembering things that didn't happen. It happens.
Runner at first, Brooklyn Taylor. She reached on a 2-out hit. Liberty trails 4-2. Marina Bourgeois, the senior. You know, 1 count. Here's the pitch. That pitch is Alvarez slid outside, and the pitch came in and crossed her up a bit. Evens the count at 1. Thibodeau working with a 4-2 lead after Calallen put 2 runs up in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. 1-1. Freezes Bourgeois. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thibodeau frustrating the Lady Panthers tonight. The 2-1. or excuse me, 2-2. Fouled by Bourgeois off the left side. Excuse me, the right side. You know, I got a 50% chance of being right, Joe.
It could have a great chance, but I think the count's still 1-2. The scoreboard was wrong because he slow played that strike a while ago.
Yeah, 1-2. You are right.
I think that is correct.
He just held up 1-2.
Okay, all right. And the scoreboard operator has been phenomenal so far. I just happened to wake up at the correct time.
Here comes the 1-2. High, laid off by Bourgeois. Now it's 2-2, and Alvarez will go out to talk to Thibodeau, who takes off her face mask and wipes her face on this very humid evening in Kyle, Texas. Two-two's the count. Runner at first, Brooklyn Taylor. 2 out, single to left. Here comes Thibodeau's 2-2. Swing! Gets a piece of it, says the home plate umpire. It stays alive as Alvarez couldn't hold on. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kendra Stram on deck. She would hit if Bourgeois can reach. Liberty trails 4-2. Bottom of the 6th. The 2-2. This ball is going to be hit up the middle on the second base side of second base and into right center field. And Liberty with 2 outs has 2 runners on. And we will get a courtesy runner, I believe, for Bourgeois. Maybe not. She motioned over to the dugout, but Bourgeois.
Well, I don't know if she's going to decide if she's going to let Kendra Stram hit or not. Of course, she doesn't have a bunch of options that have a bunch of experience coming out of the dugout. No, she just wanted to have a chat with her, tell her what the situation was.
Bourgeois, the runner at first, after the single at second base. Is Brooklyn Taylor. She singled. There's 2 away. Liberty trails 4-2 in game 2. Here is the pitch from Thibodeau. She goes up the ladder and gets a swing.
Well, this is a freshman, but she does have long ball power. She has showcased that ability.
See her mom over to our right. Thibodeau. The 0-1. This ball is going to be hit softly to the shortstop, Metter. Metter steps on second, and that will end the inning. Liberty threatened with runners at first and second and 2 outs, but they strand them. On to the 7th, a 4-2 Calallen lead.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 6 innings of work, Calallen with the 4-2 lead. And we go to the top of the 7th. A lot of things moving in a positive direction for Calallen. Lady Panthers trying to overcome some adversity. And that adversity really started happening in the middle innings of the game, as Jordan Thibodeau has been simply on fire tonight in the circle for Calallen, and the hitters for Calallen have come to life after being stymied for most of the game on Wednesday.
So this top of the 7th begins. And Kylie Bishop is back out. Grina Alvarez will lead it off. has had some tough luck tonight. She's hit the ball hard every time. And the first pitch to Alvarez misses off the plate. Lined out to Abby Key at third. In the third inning with the bases loaded. Play 1-0. This one bounces inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. A 4-2 Calallen lead, top of the 7th inning. Liberty leads the series 1-0 after a 3-0 win on Wednesday night. The 2-0. Alvarez pounds this one into the gap. It's going to get into the gap in right center field. Alvarez around first as she pulls into second base. And again tonight, Calallen gets their leadoff batter on base. And this will bring up Trevino. 2 flyouts to left. And a bounce out to second. Alvarez removes her batting gloves. And she will run back to second after giving him to Coach Lentz. 4-2 Calallen. Top of the 7th inning, nobody out. Runner in scoring position after the leadoff double. Trevino on the left side. Looks at the first pitch for a ball. They appeal down to first, third base, and the third base umpire gives the palms down. 4-2 Calallen. Liberty got off to a 1-0 lead in the first. Calallen put 2 up in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Liberty tied it again in the 5th. And we sit at 4-2. Runner at second, nobody out. Trevino looks at a strike. Joe, help me with the count here. I'm getting a little bum-fuzzled.
I got 1-1 over here, but
here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball that disappears out of the zone.
Yeah, so now I've got a 1-2 count. I don't know.
That is correct, Joe. I don't know what you win. Probably nothing.
Well, I can only imagine how hard it is for the scoreboard operator. He is really slow playing that strike call.
Been a good zone tonight. The 1-2, a bouncer fielded by Kylie Bishop. Her momentum takes her towards first, and underhand toss to Minifield. Going into third is Alvarez. And with 1 away, Calallen has a runner at third and a 4-2 lead. Jordan Thibodeau comes to the plate. She doubled in the 4th. Hit into a double play and a 3-2 double play. And looks at the first pitch for a ball. Wind blowing in still from left field. Runner at third. 1 away. Kylie Bishop in the circle. The 1-0. Swing. Fouls it. Tips it foul. Not doing a very good job of picking up that tonight. If Calallen holds on to win, be back tomorrow for game 3, I believe, at noon.
That is correct.
The 1-1. Nice job by Bourgeois. She has to go down on her left knee and slide to keep the runner at third. A 2-1 count to the dangerous Thibodeau. Alvarez led off the inning with a double. Moved to third on a ground out. 4-2 Calallen, top of the 7th inning. Here comes the 2-1. Thibodeau swings through that one. They've even counted 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kylie Bishop in the circle for Liberty. If you missed it, in the first, Brianna Pantalian was hit by a pitch. She had to exit the game at the beginning of the 2nd inning. This ball is golfed right to Bailey Taylor. And the throw is in time. And they want obstruction here. And we will see as Coach Lentz is out making her case to the home plate umpire. That throw was a little high. It brought Bourgeois towards the right-handed batter's box. Alvarez was going on first. They want a conference between the umpires. And they are going to get it. I don't know if Richie has the replay here, but this would be good to see. Here's the discussion in front of the circle. It will either be 2 outs and a runner at first, or it will be 1 out and a 5-2 Calallen lead. The question here is obstruction. And whether Bourgeois had possession of the softball when she blocked the plate.
Yeah, this will be a big decision right here. Difference between an out and another run late here in the game.
Home plate umpire walks back over midway down the third baseline to talk to Coach Lentz after the conference. No indication of what this is.
I would imagine that means that she's not going to get the call that she wants. They explain it to her first before the crowd erupts in whatever they're going to erupt in. Half the crowd's not going to be happy with whatever he says.
And half the crowd will be. That ball was hit to Bailey Taylor. Was not hit sharply.
No, she came charging on that and picked that up.
Now they're going to do another conference here. As we said a moment ago, this is a huge.
But she does have a point here, and well within her right to ask
absolutely.
for it. It's going to be tough to overturn the call at the plate, which is why they're having the double conference here. They want to make sure that they get this right, because ultimately the winner of this series is going to get to play in Austin for the whole shebang next week.
Karen Slack coming out on the line after the second conference. The home plate umpire and now third base umpire walk back over to Coach Lentz. They're standing midway.
And the third base umpire will be the one that has probably the better look on this.
And now,
man, this is wild that they.
Now we're going to have a courtesy runner for Thibodeau. And now the home plate umpire has to walk back over to the dugout, indicate there's a courtesy runner.
Still waiting for him to make. He still has not made a call per se on this.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Kylie Bishop, a little delay there, but the umpires did the right thing by coming.
Well, he hasn't. So is he upholding the call?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 2 outs.
Yes.
All right. I just didn't see him make that.
He didn't, but he had already made the call of
Okay,
an out.
so he didn't really have to. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but a good job there by the umpires to really make sure they were on the same page. And Kylie Bishop throws the first pitch low for a ball, and that's what you want, no matter which side of the coin you're on, because these calls have such huge ramifications. Here comes the 1-0. Tapper, softly, Taylor fields it, throws down to Minifield, gets her on the first baseline. Minifield slaps the tag on for the third out of the inning. We are through 6.5. It's 4-2, Calallen.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Lady Panther softball on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. After 6.5, Calallen leads Liberty 4-2, moving into the bottom of the 7th. There was a couple of conferences at the plate after a play. There was a question about obstruction, Ross. Coach Lentz from Calallen came out and she tried to plead her case. And why, in your opinion, did she not get the call overturned at the plate?
Well, I believe it was one of two things. One, with obstruction, I don't think there was a question of whether or not Bourgeois blocked the plate. You can do that once you have possession of the softball. That was one. Either they said she had possession when she came and blocked the plate, or two, the momentum of the throw from Taylor brought Bourgeois over the plate, which caused the block. But at any rate, I could be completely wrong, but just from seeing all the different engines turning there, that is what I would assume.
All right, Lady Panthers down to their final 3 outs here. They need to plate 2 to keep this game 2 alive. If they do not do that, game 3 will be here tomorrow at 12 noon, and we will be live at approximately 11:45 if it should go to a decisive game 3. Both of these teams have been in beast mode this series, and Calallen refusing to go home, backs against the wall, and they have shown up tonight, Ross.
9-1 and 2 due up for Liberty, and Mia Minifield looks at the first pitch from Jordan Thibodeau outside for a ball. Liberty needs 2 to tie, 3 to win. Bottom of the 7th inning. Game 2 of the best of 3 series. Almost said 7. That would be a feat. 1-0. Nice pitch by Thibodeau on the inner third of the plate. Evens the count at 1. Minifield, Bishop, and we believe Hewitt. That is who has been hitting in the spot of Brianna Pantalian, who had to leave the game after being hit on the forearm in her first at bat. The 1-1. Swing and a miss as Minifield went fishing. And is down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thibodeau winds the arm, brings the 1-2. Minifield pops this one right to Meter. Meter jumps up, catches it for the first out of the inning. Nice job by Meter. Apologize there. That one looked for a second like it might float out into the outfield, but Kylie Bishop comes up with nobody on and 1 out. Bishop has scored both of the Liberty runs tonight. Singled and came around to score in the first, and walked and came around to score in the 5th. Infield plays in at the corners. The first pitch to Bishop. Catches that outside corner. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Game 3 will be tomorrow if Calallen holds on. That'll be at noon right here. The 0-1. That pitch misses. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the dangerous Kylie Bishop. Bishop started the game at shortstop, had to come in, came in relief of Bailey Taylor in the 5th, and pitched the rest of the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The 1-1. Nice pitch, but a ball. That was a nice pitch by Thibodeau. Fooled us.
I didn't say anything, so it didn't fool me.
It fooled me.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to admit it.
And it could have fooled me, but I kept my mouth shut.
You got to pay attention, I guess. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kylie Bishop. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Liberty trails by 2. Here comes the 2-1. Bishop swings at this one and slices it foul. Liberty down to their final 2 outs. They trail by 2. Liberty got one across in the first. They could only put one across. The 2-2. Strike three, and Kylie Bishop not liking that call as she makes her way to the dugout. Looked like a nice pitch, though, by Thibodeau. For Thibodeau tonight, that will mark her 9th strikeout. And Liberty down to their final out. And Kaylin Hewitt. Will the 2-hole in the batting order for Liberty be the magic? As it was in the Bullard game. The first pitch misses for a ball. Hewitt getting another at bat as Pantalian had to leave the game after getting hit hard on the forearm in the first inning. The 1-0. That pitch misses, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to the speedster, Hewitt. Bailey Taylor is on deck. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, Liberty trails Calallen 4-2. Hewitt back in. The 2-0. As she slaps this one foul high into the screen on the left side. Two balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 7th inning. The 2-1. Swing and comes up empty. And Liberty down to their final strike. Thibodeau walks back of the circle. Takes a deep breath. Looks into her dugout. 1 strike away from sending it to game 3. The 2-2. This ball is slapped foul down the left field line almost as it kept slicing. Off the bat, it looked like she had just served that one over the third baseman. Count remains at 2-2 to Hewitt. Thibodeau back on the rubber. She brings the 2-2. Outside, full count. Nice job by Hewitt to lay off that one. Nobody on. Liberty down 2, 4-2. Down to their final strike. 1 more strike or an out from Calallen. Sends it to game 3 tomorrow at noon. Here comes the payoff pitch. Stays alive as she slaps it foul into the screen just above the Calallen dugout on the left side. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Liberty down 4-2. Thibodeau brings the payoff pitch. Strike 3! As that ball came in outside, but right at the last minute, crossed the plate for a strike. And that'll do it. Calallen victorious in this one, 4-2. Joe Roberts.
Yeah, Calallen came back. We knew they were going to be scrappy, and they showed exactly what they were made of. Same situation happened in the previous round. They lost game 1, came back in a big way in game 2, and then ultimately prevailed in game 3. and they're going to try to keep that same sense of magic going tomorrow. Going to be a quick turnaround for both teams, a noon start, and the thermometer says it's going to be a near record high tomorrow. It's going to be a scorcher, and it's going to be a scorcher on that diamond out there. Both teams lose and they go home, win, and they play in Austin next week for the whole shebang, Ross.
Yeah, this game was frustrating for the Lady Panthers. They had their opportunities. Started out frustrating for Calallen as well. But in the end, Calallen able to pull ahead and extend the series to a third game, which I don't think would shock anybody outside watching this. But in any event, your unhappy final tonight, Calallen 4, Liberty 2.
And there will be a new game link tomorrow. Make sure you check the Liberty Athletic Booster Club Facebook page. I'm going to be working feverishly through the night to get everything ready to go for tomorrow. Again, it's a quick turnaround. All right,
they're actually going to do the coin flip, so let's hang
we may
around.
be able to get that one because we're going to have to figure out who's home and who's away, because that's going to matter in this series. Is they're down there and they're both looking at the coin.
Coin is on the ground. And it looks as if we don't know. This isn't football. They don't make the signal to the press
they're
box.
definitely not making the signal to the press box. So we'll figure that out and we'll let you know. All right, Ross, go ahead and take us away.
All right, your unhappy final, Liberty 4. Excuse me, that would be not correct. Calallen 4, Liberty 2, in a wonderful game with lots of excitement, but unfortunately Liberty comes out on the bottom. 4. Joe Roberts, Richard Ewing, our